Well, everybody, I have some good news and some bad news about this episode. The good news is that Emp Lemon will not be returning for this episode. And the bad news is that Rusty Cage has returned.
Wait, where did I go?
You weren't here in the last episode.
Yeah, we edited you out. I didn't know if you listened to it or not. You were really obnoxious, so I just cut out everything that you said.
I was the only one making good salient points.
No, those were all stupid points, so we had to remove them.
Yeah, they didn't make any sense.
They made me and Mumkey look bad.
I didn't want to admit this, but Emp Lemon emailed me after the show, and he said, hey, can you please cut out everything Rusty said? It really made me uncomfortable, so I had to comply with the lemon.
I should have raised up the pitch of his voice just so he sounded more ridiculous than he already does.
I never even thought about it. You could do that.
Yeah, I have a lot of power on my end, or whoever's edits really does. I thought you were going to say it was going to be like a sad show because of all the recent deaths that just happened today.
Oh, no, I celebrate death. I mean, when I found out Prince Philip died, I thought, oh, why couldn't it have been me? I would have given him my remaining lifespan if only I could.
Yeah, I mean, I guess no one was really expecting that Prince Philip wouldn't die.
Yeah, exactly.
Very soon.
Like, I think we were more surprised that he was holding on so long.
What are you guys talking about? Every single one of those photos when he looks like Skeletor, he looks like he's living his happiest life. I bet he's so sad up in heaven that he doesn't get to continue living on Earth.
Yeah,
what's the thing
crazy.
Like, can we cut out the conspiracy? The conspiracy about the was it adrenochrome or like?
Oh, it didn't work.
It didn't work for him. All that baby blood that he had.
99 years old.
Adrenochrome, that should get you to 130 at least.
Well, it's I don't know if the adrenochrome conspiracy shit is like real, but there is benefits to youthful blood in an old person.
Yeah, we were talking about that before.
I don't know about drinking it because I feel like you digest it and metabolize it and stuff. I don't know what's in it.
It's better to drink your grandson's pee.
Oh God.
Well, here's actually someone's having a really good day today, and that person I believe is George Zimmerman.
What happened to him?
He hit the lottery.
Yeah, he really kind of did hit the lottery because now he no longer has to box DMX.
Oh God.
Which
Where the hood at?
I don't know if you
the next
remember
lyric, Rusty.
Wait, so what happened with DMX? What happened to him?
Oh, DMX died, but he died today.
But I mean, how?
I don't know. I mean,
he overdosed on drugs like 4 days ago, I think.
No.
Yeah. Because I know
DMX
he was like got
drugs.
caught with like crack and shit back in the day, but then he died today, and it was every day it was trending. DMX is on life support. DMX says his first words off life support. DMX is back on life support, and then of course at 50 years old he died today, and it is a tragedy because I like DMX. He was kind of like a lovable, oddly still popular public figure.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't really done anything for a while.
Back in like the 2000s, that's when he was, right? Around 90, like late 90s, 2000s, right?
Yeah, probably up to like 2005-ish.
All the hip hop was like so weird.
What, the hip hop was weird in that time? I mean, that was all like the lean and snapping type of shit was going on.
There was a lot more solo music because like the industry hadn't yet realized collaborations yet, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now everything is just like this artist with this artist.
But yeah,
wasn't the entire point of Where the Hood At? Like if you analyze the lyrics on one of those websites, isn't that a song about how he's tired of the direction that rap music is going in, and everybody, I think he calls his contemporaries a bunch of faggots, and he wants some real hood shit music?
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's what I meant. Like, look at Master P or like, what was it? Cash Money, whatever.
Millionaires.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, so
they were like weird.
We've lost the only remaining real rapper that was left.
It's like they formed flamboyant gangs.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're saying that rap music now is flamboyant and possibly gay?
Back in like the gangs.
Like you think like what's a new? Let's see. What's a new hot music?
What about the Tokyo Man Japanese harp rap? That was pretty good. That was not gay at all.
Call Me by Your Name. I see. All right, so this is Lil Nas X. Now,
Wait,
this
you think
guy-
that might be a gay song?
I think it might be a gay song. But yeah,
Do
DMX.
you think
was supposed
DMX
to-
was a fan of this guy, this Lil Nas X?
I honestly have no idea. I'm sure like the whole like bringing the hood back to rap was probably something that he wanted in the music,
felt
but I doubt
passionate
he
about
really
it.
cared.
Yeah, he died on that hill.
Yeah, he literally died on that hill. Yeah, but you remember he was supposed to box George Zimmerman for a little bit.
I think he offered to do it. Did they
Yeah.
ever actually plan on doing the match?
Why would he accept that?
I don't know.
They could both make some money off of that shit.
Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be. And then it was like Floyd Mayweather or some shit said that he was going to box. And of course, George Zimmerman's like, fuck no. Even though I don't see why not. Just get your ass kicked.
We should do a TrashRats boxing match and let everybody bet and make some money, sell some tickets and all that jazz.
Like us box each other, or should we do like Jake Paul
I don't know,
and
let's-
start riding around and talking shit against fucking whoever that Irish guy is? I forget.
I think it would have to be YouTubers versus YouTubers. And if we're not boxing each other, we should at least get like Reactor versus Tim Pool, Rusty versus who would your enemy be, Rusty?
Yeah,
I'll box you, Rusty. We're about the same weight class, I think.
Yeah, I think we would be a pretty good match. I would like to box Drew Gooden.
Fuck.
If you know
Which
who
one
that
is he? What does he do?
He's a YouTuber, but he seems like someone I could easily beat up. I mean, not that I would, unless it was a consensual orchestrated thing for money.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to be clear, he's not going to go beat up Drew Gooden.
Drew Gooden, whoever
I
that is.
bet Drew Gooden. I would bet against you, Rusty. I think Drew Gooden would kick your ass.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. He's
realistically,
probably-
yeah. If I didn't train right now, he probably
foot taller.
could. I'm sure he's in better health and probably has, better cardio health.
Probably has a hotter mom.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen his mom. His mom could be dead for all I know or care.
How hot do you think your mom is?
What?
Yeah, out of 10.
My mom?
Yeah.
She's pretty old now, so she's probably
So like a 5.
Is that like is it comparing it by age, like relative
Just
to
how
age?
hot is she right now as she is?
Yeah, like would you bang her right now?
Yeah.
She's
out
probably,
of 10.
She's probably like a 2.
Wow. Have more respect for your own mother. My God.
Yeah.
Well, she listens to this podcast. She knows that I'm just kidding. I love you, Mom.
Your mom's a big fan of the TrashRats podcast.
Yeah.
Do your parents actually watch your stuff, Rusty? I don't know.
No,
Do they?
not anymore. I mean, probably at
Good.
first,
You
but
scared
like
me for a second. I was like, oh my God, I don't want his mom to hear me say that.
Yeah, it was bad enough we brought up Reactor's mom a few weeks ago.
did
Thank God
anything
her
ever come of
YouTube-
that?
No, her YouTube channel comments are restricted because it's a children's channel, so you can't even comment on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, I was kind of worried about that after the show. I was like, shit, man, why didn't you tell us not to bring up her channel?
Well, when you find out Tommy C went on a date with Reactor's mom, you can't just ignore that.
That's true.
An interview.
Well, shit.
That's what I consider dates to be. They're kind of like job interviews, but for pussy.
Like all the women you've interviewed in your career. You thought you were
yeah.
you thought you were on a date.
That's why you started off on Snapchat and you make sure the ground rules are set. If she's not willing to do all those deplorable things for you, then just move on to the next one. It's easy.
Oh, is that what you do? You kind of like do the what's
One
50
interview
Shades of
and
Grey
move
type
on?
shit, like where you're like the controlling boss and you say, if we're going on what's a fucking a Tinder date, you better let me choke you. You're my property.
You say
I
that
will
to
spit
people.
in your mouth.
I used to do it like that, but now it's more like Shark Tank, where instead of trying to get my investment, they're trying to get my cum, and they have to like give a whole presentation about how good they'll be in bed, and I have to say if I'm in or out,
Well, you're in and out and then back in again, I'm sure, a few times.
and then ghost the bitch. That's how it usually goes.
Now, what would be the thing that really wins your heart, Mumkey?
Oh man, oh boy, I don't know if
Willing
this
to
is
record a
this is
sex
a
tape.
family website, boys. I don't know if we can get into that.
Oh, shit. Well, fine. I guess we won't then. Well, yeah. Sad
I mean, if you
news.
want to share, you can go for it.
willing to shut up whenever I tell him. That's about it.
Sounds like you want a doll.
Yeah, well, I guess that is the way of the future, isn't it?
Real
A
dolls.
remote-controlled robot android.
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, whatever can suck your dick. Like, eventually, we're just kind of cross out women entirely, once and for all.
Like a vacuum with a uterus in it.
Yeah, why not?
Didn't they recently have the first two gay men made a baby inside of a machine or something?
Wait,
Really?
what?
Yeah, it was like a machine birth, and it was two gay men who donated
Like they
their
totally
sperm or
could.
some shit.
They can put the DNA into an egg and fertilize it.
Yeah, I
But-
think
but-
this actually happened. I think that was a news story a few.
But that would
months
be
ago.
it would be illegal by international treaties.
They
I
were
think.
gay and wanted a baby. She loved being pregnant. They made a deal. Okay.
Oh,
What?
I thought it
Okay.
was. I really thought it was they made it in a machine.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I mean, in an object, so kind of.
Oh, a woman.
Yeah, a baby making machine.
Is that
Hey,
what
we
they
should
did? They
mention we recently opened up our Patreon to opened up our Discord to all of our Patreon supporters,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been a smash hit success. So many autistic fucking retards swarming into our Discord. Constantly, I'm getting all these notifications for dumb shit I don't care about. We even made a whole channel just for them to ask questions, and they immediately ruined it.
Yeah,
And
they fucked it
They
up.
asked a question for about 5 minutes and then just started chatting like it was a normal fucking channel. So if there's questions in there, we're gonna have to scroll for them.
no, actually, Julius J helped us out, I think. And
Oh,
thank
thank
you,
God for
Julius
Julius
J.
J.
and for all we know, he actually changed their questions. But
Wait,
Well, he has
wait.
that power. They ruined it for themselves.
You made it so he can edit. What the fuck? He shouldn't be able to edit the messages.
No,
Wait,
he
why?
copied and pasted all the questions into one
Oh.
Yeah.
recent message.
he can edit it, but he can't keep posting. Only one an hour. You know.
I see.
Can we make it one a day or even one a week? These fuckers don't need to ask a question every hour.
Yeah, it's true.
Bill Johnson and
I'll do
Craig Wendenfeld have been a couple for 18 years and married for 4. They're an unlikely foursome. 2 gay men
Foursome?
from the Upper East Side of New York and a small town husband and wife who met when they were both 20 at Dunkin' Donuts. What? Oh, what the fuck? So wait, these are 2 gay guys who impregnated a married woman's womb.
By
This is a
accident?
really
That's
long
not so
article.
strange. That's a whole plot line of Friends. Didn't Phoebe get pregnant with somebody
Was her
else's
husband?
baby?
Was her husband recording?
I don't know. By lunchtime, if all goes well, Christina Fenn will be pregnant with Johnson and Wendenfeld's son. An embryo
Johnson and Johnson
created,
if they get married.
it was an embryo created from Wendenfeld's sperm, and an egg from an anonymous donor will be thawed and transferred. Oh, this is a stupid story. So
Like,
it's just
wait.
a normal
Yeah.
surrogate.
Yeah.
Well. Oh yeah. What the hell?
So they didn't like splice like 2 gay guys' sperm
Hmm.
together or anything.
Oh, that's bullshit. I swear to God, there was a recent story that a baby was formed in a fucking machine and that women were obsolete. I swear to God, I saw that.
Okay, I'm looking that up.
It better be true, because if we have to rely on women to pass on our seed, I don't think any of us are ever going to have children.
None of us?
No, look at us.
Well, I'm sure we can impregnate women. That's the easy part.
Nah, I don't know. If I don't know
Not
if I can.
consensually.
Oh.
What?
Well, speaking of consensual, man 22 popped for Publix pleasure session. A man arrested for masturbating while parked outside of a Publix supermarket in Florida told cops that he opted for the Publix pleasure session since he did not wish to do it at home because he didn't want to get caught, according
what?
to criminal complaints. Hey, have you ever masturbated in the parking lot of like a grocery store?
Yeah. Why?
Like maybe, I don't know. I mean, I was just
Was this story
haven't?
about you, Reactor?
No. Hasn't everyone done that?
Not at a Publix. I have class. I go to Target.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's got to happen a lot, like pretty often, like,
What?
especially if you don't have Wi-Fi. You just go to a place that
Oh,
does
God.
and then jack off in the parking lot.
I had a similar story the other day. I had to take my bearded
McDonald's.
dragon to the vet, and you're not allowed to go inside the vet building anymore. And I really, really had to pee, like really bad. So I got in the back seat of my car and pissed in a bottle. I could probably be charged with the same thing that this guy was charged with. I
Yeah,
did
especially because you're
take out
admitting
my
it on
penis
video.
I took out my penis in a car in a parking lot, so I could probably go to prison.
If
Wait,
there was
is
a
that
school-
illegal? You
hey,
should be able to
if-
piss in
you
your
know,
own car.
Nope, you can't pee public. If you get caught peeing publicly with a school 1 block away, like in most cities, you're a sex offender.
Well, since it was a vet's office, there might have been a school of fish in there. I could be fucked.
Oh yeah.
A school.
I don't know if
fish.
those count though.
That fucking like, all right, so realistically you could have been like arrested and classified as a sex offender for the rest of your life,
But it
you
was like
pissed in the
it was
back of
in
your
my
car.
car in the back seat with tinted windows, and it's not like I held my junk up to the window.
Yeah,
like
but
there's no way anybody could have seen,
the
right?
cops would have broke the window and seen you.
How do they know what's going on in there?
That they
yeah,
don't,
there's
and that's
no
why they
way
have
that could be
reasonable
fucking
suspicion.
illegal. You should be able to piss in your own car. It's your own car.
Well, then by that standard, why can this man not masturbate? It's basically peeing with extra steps.
Okay, let me check real quick.
I feel like you should be able to walk. You should be allowed to walk around naked in public. You just shouldn't be able to walk around masturbating naked in public.
Yeah, I mean, God invented our bodies. It's a natural, beautiful thing. I don't see what the issue would be.
I wouldn't do it, but it's nothing.
I'm sick
really
of this
wrong.
free the nipple stuff. I say free the peen.
Investigators say that witnesses reported observing Cruz 22 inside of an SUV that was parked outside the Publix in Coral Springs, that's Florida, about 5 miles from Cruz's apartment in Broward County. Humes, the witnesses say, that's the guy, the witnesses say that he had his penis exposed and was masturbating while watching something on his phone.
Oh my god!
What does that mean?
Hold up.
Exposed?
Did you say this was in Florida?
Yeah, this is in Broward
So we have a
County.
guy named Cruz in Florida watching Rusty Cage videos on his phone, and then he commits a crime.
God. No. This is a different Cruz.
Are you sure? Does it say that it's not the same one as the school shooter?
Yeah, no. I'm looking at the guy now, and his complexion is a little bit different than Nicholas Cruz's.
Okay, what race is this man? I need to know.
He appears to be
American,
a black
right?
guy.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
wow.
American. Yeah, he's just the human race.
I mean, if we're talking about reparations, I think instead of monetary, we should just let black men masturbate in any parking lot they want.
I mean,
Why
that's
was this
going to be
man
the
in
future.
trouble?
This is kind
I'm
of
sure. I'm sure it's because a white woman called the police on him.
I guess this is the benefit of joining our Patreon and also our Discord is you can send us articles like this about.
Was this a fan submitted article?
I believe so. Yeah. It was just the first one that I opened up, so I figured.
Wait, can we publicly shame the patrons when they submit a stupid article? I want to know who sent this one in.
Okay, let me see real quick. Y'all carry on the show.
Well, Reactor, I mentioned Johnson & Johnson a moment ago, and I'm dying to know which vaccine are you planning on getting?
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson probably.
Oh, okay. I think that one only comes with, hives, rabies, black eye, and you're
Yeah,
going to be
like-
bedridden for 2 weeks, which is kind of the
But
opposite
most of
of
the
what you
people-
would expect.
Most of the people survive though. And
Oh,
and
most?
this,
That's good.
and this is what we have to do for the safety of society. We have to make a sacrifice.
So let me get this straight. You want me to get a vaccine to prevent myself from getting a disease that will make me bedridden and sick for a couple weeks? And the side effect of the vaccine is that I will be bedridden and sick for a couple weeks? I think I'll take my chances.
Hey, did I tell you about a guy I was trying to hire to help me out with the comic? Got the vaccine, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of feeling, the effects of the vaccine." So he was out of work at his job for a little bit, and then I was hitting him up. I was like, "Hey, at work, I was gonna drop something off," and he's like, "No, I got admitted to the hospital. I have pneumonia."
Ugh.
So he got pneumonia after taking the vaccine.
Yeah, I can pretty much guarantee I'm never going to get corona, so I'm not going to guarantee getting sick by getting the vaccine. I don't give a shit anymore. I gave up.
I'm sure they classified his pneumonia as COVID caused.
I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting
Well,
to
the flu
see. 'Cause,
doesn't
I'm
exist.
pretty sure he's still in the hospital. So He also had like cystic fibrosis, so there was like pre-existing conditions. How the fuck do you even get pneumonia? I thought you had to sleep in the rain.
No, pneumonia has nothing to do with anything aside from having fluid buildup in your lungs, whether it's from a bacterial esophageal infection, bronchial infection. It just means you have fluid in your lungs, so you can't breathe. You're like drowning in your own phlegm.
Dude, so this guy actually might die.
Yeah, he might.
Shit. All right.
Yeah,
well,
Rusty, which vaccine are you planning on getting?
I don't know, man. I really wasn't thinking I wanted to get one, but
You strike me as a Pfizer kind of guy.
well, I don't know. Pfizer.
I heard they tested the
probably
Pfizer
Johnson
one.
The silent P.
Put Pfizer.
Yeah, you're basically the silent P of people.
Dude, it's so fucking gay. Like everyone taking pictures of their COVID cards.
Are they?
Yes.
This is fucking
scrolled
hilarious.
through
Nobody that
Instagram.
Reactor follows is going to do that.
Yeah, right. I don't know if I should. Like, I think it's hilarious that they're all like, blindly following communist tactics, but it's also
Most
scary
of the
if it's
people I
real.
see bragging about getting the vaccine, like 9 out of 10 of them say that they felt like complete fucking shit and super sick for days. Like,
God
what
damn.
the fuck? How are you motivating anybody to get this? If it's a guarantee I'm going to feel like shit, fuck you. I'll just stay healthy and not get anything.
I
Well,
don't
you know what
remember-
they're doing? They're blocking out. They're taking the stand against people who are science deniers and bigots by getting vaccinated because
By
that's how they're
getting
trying
sick
to
on
frame
purpose.
this. Yeah, by getting sick on purpose. I'm not against vaccines, but
I'm just not afraid of germs.
it's weird when they're trying to like publicly shame you for other things, like if you don't get the vaccine, which is unnecessary for most people, at least my age, to get at all.
Hey, I got all the other vaccines for the deadly diseases. As soon as there's a new disease that kills healthy 25-year-olds, I'll get that vaccine.
Yeah.
This is Corona kills fucking elderly people. I don't even hang out with elderly people. I don't give a shit. Why would I put my own health at risk by getting this shit and feeling sick? Fuck you. I'm not going to get the disease regardless.
And if you do, it probably won't affect you and you'll just kind of kick it real quick.
Yeah, for all I know,
was
I've
it-
already had it.
60% don't even know they had it. It's a
Yeah.
it's like, could you imagine some doctor being like, oh yeah, you had cancer, but it's gone now, or we can give you this vaccine and then you'll be safe and it'll go away. Like,
Well, just
thank
give it
you
a
so
little
much.
bit and you're going to have to get the vaccine if you want to fly in an airplane or travel state to state. Which won't that be
I don't
fun?
think that'll ever be an option for me. I'd rather drive.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
know.
don't-
but
I'll jump
maybe
through
even,
hoops to avoid that.
If they go through with this vaccine passport, I think they're going to get a lot of lawsuits. And if they thought that the Capitol riots were bad, they're going to have something else coming pretty quick.
What exactly
Yeah.
is the
They
vaccine
can expect
passport? 'Cause I didn't
BLM
read on
size
that.
riots. What'd you say?
I didn't actually read up on the vaccine passport, so I'm not exactly sure what that is.
Yeah, I didn't really either. That's why I thought it was a meme.
No, Biden has specifically said he wants to do it.
But what is it? Is it just? Is
It's like
it
it's
between nations?
paperwork that you have to carry around with you like a fucking Mexican with a green card and prove it to the police and anybody who asks you, did you get the vaccine? You have to pull out the medical data and prove it.
Oh, my
Fuck you. Go fuck
that.
yourself.
Yeah,
Not
you're
going to
right,
happen.
right. And whenever a new strain of COVID comes out in a few more months, you'll have to get another vaccine, and the fucking Pfizer and Moderna.
You'll get
and
a
Johnson
stamp on
Johnson,
every page of that passport
Yeah.
for every different variant of the disease.
and they'll just make hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars for the rest of time, as long as people are afraid of the new strain. There's a new strain coming out in England. It's supposedly really bad, so you're
Yeah,
going to
that's
have
what
to get
got
the
Prince
vaccine.
Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he died of COVID at 100
No
years
one
old.
even talks about the new strain. Like they do. They like, oh my God, there's a new strain, but it's not like any worse than anything else.
Right.
It's not like it's the deadly new strain. It's just, oh yeah, there's a different version.
Yeah, a different version of the same
And
thing.
both of them, the vaccine doesn't work for either of them, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, is that the your theory? It doesn't work at all?
Well, no, that's what they say. Like after you get the vaccine, you still have to wear a mask. You still have to do 6 feet.
Well, that's what
If the
fucking
vaccine
Fauci
worked,
says,
if
but
the vaccine worked, you'd
that
go
guy's just
swimming
trying to
in some
secure his position
COVID-19.
in the government as what
The highest paid employees. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I like this is what a scam looks like when you see it playing out on the big stage.
Right. Right.
I don't think it's a scam. I think that the vaccine does work, but only elderly people need it. I don't need it. I don't give a shit.
But the vaccine doesn't work. They tell us that.
Well, I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to assume the vaccine has worked for the majority of cases. I just personally do not want to inject myself with a guaranteed few days of complete pain and misery. No thanks. I'd rather literally get COVID.
It's not tested, and it's not a vaccine in the traditional sense that people think that it is.
How so?
It's mRNA vaccines. And so they've never studied these. And when they did, they tested it on ferrets. And the ferrets, after they got the vaccine, the ferrets would be fine. But then when they were introduced to the bacteria or the virus that they were supposed to be immune from, it overwhelmed their immune system, and it killed them.
Well, okay, so here's an article from Healthline written by Roz Platter, and it's noted that it was fact-checked by Dana Castle. Not that that fucking matters.
Oh, Dana Castle? I trust everything that he or her says.
Yeah, famed fact-checker Dana Castle. You can still spread, develop COVID-19 after getting a vaccine. What you need to know.
Then what's the fucking point?
Why is it called a vaccine?
Yeah, experts say people can still spread and even develop COVID-19 after getting a vaccine. These are just the hot points. They note the immunity from the vaccine doesn't begin to emerge until at least 12 days after inoculation. Okay. They add the vaccine doesn't prevent coronavirus infection. It helps protect against serious illnesses.
Yeah, so it's like if I started telling everyone, you're all in danger, lions can kill you. Buy this bracelet off me that keeps lions away. You can still get killed by a lion, but it's just unlikely.
Yeah, I'm going to have to read up on this. Because this is kind of going to be a long article.
They create an enemy by scaring everyone about, a predator that's out around their houses, and then they sell them something to solve the problem.
What the vaccine doesn't do. The vaccine works to keep you from getting serious or severely ill, but if you get infected, it may not prevent you from spreading the viruses to others. That's something scientists are studying now. The vaccine is very effective in preventing symptomatic diseases, says Dr. Amesh something.
So if that's true, can somebody explain to me how the phrase herd immunity comes into play if you can still spread it after getting the vaccine?
Yeah, no, I can't because I'm not really exactly
what happens
sure
is, after people get the vaccine, they have this false sense of safety, and that alleviates their fear of germs. So they start walking around and they catch this COVID that they don't even know they have, and then they build an immunity to it, and that creates the herd immunity.
Yeah, this is fucking nuts. I mean, this is Healthline. Like, Healthline's not
there's no
website that you really want to go.
Anything that happened in the last, in 2020.
Hey, here's the way I see it. We should all, even if we individually decide not to get it, and personally, I literally don't leave my house even when COVID isn't happening, so it's not like I'm going to spread it around to anybody, even if I had it. Even if we don't get it, we should bow down and praise the vaccine, because hopefully, maybe just maybe, even if it is just hocus pocus, dashery do, like Reactor seems to think, if enough people get it, maybe, just maybe, we can stop playing pretend quarantine and fucking open up the country and people can go to concerts and shit again. That would be really swell if that happened this summer. So fucking inject every single person with a vaccine except for me, please.
Yeah.
Man, I it's so weird hearing like people still talk about things being closed down.
Yeah, right.
'Cause it hasn't been like that in Florida for probably the past 6 months.
No, nothing going on in Chicago either. I mean, it's like it's halfway back up. It's not like closed, but it's like Walmart used to be 24 hours,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off. I used to go to Walmart exclusively at 3 a.m.
Me too. Yeah,
and now I have to wake up at the light of day if I want to go shopping.
It's the best time to shop at Walmart.
Yeah, it really was, and they've ruined it. Fucking Jimmy John's still closes at 7 p.m. Motherfuckers, you might as well close at fucking 2. Why would you close at 7? That's what time dinner starts, you stupid fucks.
You gotta get to Jimmy John's early. You gotta start preparing.
What am I supposed to? You can go in at 4?
No
I'm
Jimmy
supposed
John's
to eat
for
dinner
dinner.
at fucking 4?
Jimmy John's is lunch, not dinner.
Also,
Then they should close at 3.
Yeah.
it makes no fucking sense. Like, what does closing early even possibly do?
None of it makes sense.
They
But
need
wait,
more
wait.
time to clean up the store that customers are not allowed inside of anyway.
But
Yeah,
why
even though
would
it doesn't
they?
exist on surfaces?
They're obviously taking this profit hit, by being closed
Right.
more. And
Well, they don't have to pay their minimum wage teenagers an extra $7. I mean, that's got to save a lot of money.
maybe, yeah. I don't know. It seems like a lot of companies are taking profit hits though for COVID, and when it's like, really, a multi-billion-dollar corporation doesn't know the science that's coming out about.
Oh
this
yeah,
stuff?
right, sure, yeah, exactly. People at Walmart, like, they didn't hire anyone to actually look into this independently.
Yeah, right. What the fuck?
They're the first ones to fucking know, like, how does this actually affect us?
Yeah,
and then they see the
how are
regulation.
profits affected.
What was that? Say that again.
I said, and they're like, as soon as they hear about COVID, they were thinking, how are our profits going to be affected by this? Get some people on this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Rusty, did you say that Walmart in Florida is now 24 hours again?
I don't actually know, but I know they were closing really early, and then like a lot of places just started closing later again.
I mean, what if you're a guy named Cruz and you can only get off by jerking off in the grocery store parking lot, and now all the grocery stores are closed at fucking 10? How's he supposed to get his nut off at 11?
He used to do it at 3 a.m. That was the best time.
Yeah, that was the best time. There's no cops sneaking around the parking lot checking cars for public masturbators. It was a glorious utopia 2 years ago.
Well, listen, if everyone gets vaccinated, we can finally have a return to normalcy.
Yeah, everyone but me.
We could it's actually, if everyone just said they were vaccinated, we could return to normal.
Oh man, I was thinking about doing this, and I had to stop because I think like people are now getting arrested for a similar thing. I wanted to make like just a quick video, probably on TikTok or something, of me just photoshopping making a COVID vaccination card so I can like take a picture and post it on Instagram.
People are getting arrested for that?
Yeah, because like I don't know, I saw it on like Philip DeFranco or some shit. I didn't even look into it.
The funny thing, you want to continue? Sorry,
no.
man. Okay, what I was going to say is like the funny thing is what they're saying is the government isn't enforcing this ID card. Corporations are opting in. So it's like the government's not forcing you to, organize like in a communist fashion, with these cards that allow you to participate in society. But if the card is, what is it, enforced by the corporations, not the government, then why would it be illegal to copy the card?
I don't actually know. That's a good question.
And legitimately, if you can still spread the virus after you get vaccinated, what's the fucking point of having a card proving you got vaccinated? Like, what, you're proving, hey, guess what? I can still spread the virus. Oh, let's let him in. He has the card that says you can still spread it.
Nothing changed. Look, here's my proof.
I just typed in into Google, I typed in fake COVID and then autofill filled in the rest. Fake COVID test results template. So it's out there. But yeah,
can we start selling TrashRats branded COVID passports? Because that's not a medical thing. Like, we can't get false medical blah 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 license bullshit. We're just selling passports that say TrashRats COVID passport, and people can put stamps in there all they want for whatever reason.
I don't see why not. As long as we explicitly put on there that this is not a scientifically verified thing. It's not saying that you don't have COVID.
The whole deal of this passport
if I can buy
does,
a
in fact,
Baby
have
Yoda
COVID.
T-shirt that says COVID on it, why can't I sell a passport that also says COVID on it? They don't own the copyright to the term COVID, do they?
I would rather sell COVID positive cards.
Oh my God. Okay.
To tell people that you have COVID and then you can start coughing on them.
Do you have your COVID pass? Oh yeah, here you go.
Yeah, I got it.
Now here's the thing. Even if I don't get vaccinated, I think I will keep wearing a mask in public. I don't want to go back to the old days where people could see what I look like.
Oh,
right?
that's unfortunate.
You started your YouTube career wearing a mask.
Yeah, like it's my comfort zone. And now that it's socially acceptable to do it in public.
Do you wear your monkey mask in public now that you can?
No, it's a little too big and thick and sweaty in there, but I...
Any mask, any face covering is allowed.
No, I just don't. It's not comfortable to wear.
I like to wear my
ski
ski
mask.
2
minutes.
I have a ski mask I wear to the store.
Well, all I'm saying is, how long do you think it'll be until it's no longer socially acceptable to wear a mask in public? Because hopefully this will just last the rest of my life.
It probably will.
I think it's
'Cause
going to
it would
last
take a realization.
forever. Like Japan, they still do it all the time. It's just became a part of the culture to wear masks, and you don't have to because there's like plenty of people that don't.
No, but you have to here, or
Right.
some.
Yeah, but I'm saying
angry
after COVID is
old
long
ladies
and
gonna hit
gone,
you.
will people still be allowed, or encouraged, or permitted at all to just wear a mask in the bank like they
Like
have
we're
been?
allowed to now.
Because I could just say, "Oh, I have PTSD. I still think I'll get COVID. Even though I'm vaccinated, I can still get it. I'm going to keep wearing a mask for the
lived
next
through the
20
worst of it.
years. You can't stop me."
I lived through it. You don't know what it was like.
Yeah, I'm not risking getting it again. Fauci said if I wear this mask, I can't get it, so I'm just going to keep the mask on.
Yeah, as long as
I'm
you're
going
not
to
robbing
post
the
for
bank.
my next driver's license. I'll be wearing a mask.
You know, if
Yeah,
you
what
were
is-
like out here, if you go out to the country and you're wearing a mask, people do not like you.
Like you're
Like
driving
out
around
at
your
M's
car.
house.
Yeah, kind of out of M's house or like the town I grew up in. Like nobody fucking wears masks out there, and you're pretty much just a like
an
a
idiot.
pussy faggot. Yeah,
Yeah, you're afraid
Well,
of
why would
germs.
you
just
wear it?
exist out there.
Why would you need to wear a mask out in the middle of nowhere, though? It's not like they have populated stores and shit.
In the cities, we have
plenty
to
of
wear
people.
in the cities we have to wear masks because it's literally filth on every street corner.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
seriously.
I mean,
like, have you been to
should
New
probably
York?
be wearing a.
my
You should be
God.
wearing a mask anyways if you're in Chicago or New York or anywhere.
Yeah, Chicago's
if
a
you-
dirty city full of dirty people.
Yeah, you walk down the street and you just smell piss coming from everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Like-
the windy city, too, so all the wind is constantly blowing the smell of shit straight into your nose.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really smell like shit often. It just smells like piss everywhere, like ammonia.
Maybe that's just your house.
All right, Mumkey, I want you to read this
No.
next news story.
Plane forced to land early after woman became so homophobic the pilot feared passengers were in danger. Now, this story is from 2020. Which one of our dipshit fans submitted this one?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
it's from December 29th, so it's almost this year.
that was a different president, though.
True. This would be Trump's America, even though this happened according to the Irish Times, but I guess I'll give it a read.
The Irish Times, who gives a fuck?
According to the Irish Times, Gemma Campbell was on board Jet 2 flight blah 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 from some place I can't pronounce in the Canary Islands flying home to Manchester. Cork District Court, God, I can't fucking read. Heard Monday that Campbell, following an argument with her partner, had become extremely abusive towards the cabin crew, calling one attendant a faggot repeatedly. Was DMX on this plane? Maybe that was him.
Yeah, it might have been.
She was moved to a different seat by the crew, but her homophobic rant continued in such an abusive manner that the pilot felt it was not safe to continue to Manchester. The flight was diverted for the safety of everyone on board. What was she doing
Yeah,
that was
I
putting
understand.
everybody in danger? Just saying mean words?
Yeah.
No, this is
Probably.
what they do. This is just them writing this article. So yeah, they wanted to lean into the whole she became so homophobic. The pilot feared passengers were in danger, but as they just said, she's like fucking ranting and screaming, I guess, in an abusive
Yeah,
manner.
like, wait, is the pilot calling all the passengers gay?
Yeah,
I'm
no, it's
assuming the pilot
passenger?
probably has a part-time job as a YouTube moderator and thinks that literal words are actual physical violence. So that's why he ruined the flight of 350 people and made them go back because one woman was screaming the word faggot. I would
Wait.
be so pissed.
Yeah.
Like fucking this bitch she's drunk, she's screaming homophobic slurs. Obviously that's not a good thing. How about you fucking tie her up and throw her in the back of the plane?
Right.
Why does everybody on board have to have their vacation
Right.
or their flight home ruined?
He could have gave her discount whiskey.
You could have fucking. Do they not have prisons on planes
that's
anymore?
my
Take her
whole-
down to the
Exactly.
bagging area and fucking don't even give her a seatbelt. Let her fly around unchained
They should
underneath
have
the.
Just have
Yeah.
a small holding area, enough for like 2 fucking people in the back. Sorry, you can't sell those seats. You're gonna have to lose $300 per flight. But if something like this happens, you'll save so much fucking money by just grabbing this drunk lady and moving her into the holding area and keeping her there, and then the flight as normal. I mean, this is saying she was charged
In a
with being so
bathroom?
intoxicated that she gave rise to fears that she might endanger herself and other persons on board the flight.
That always sounds made up.
This is so
Yeah.
easy. The pilot gets on the radio and says, "Hey, everybody, passengers, we're going to put this to a vote. Would you rather us turn around and take you back where we came from, or we lock this dumb bitch in one of the 2 bathrooms and everybody has to share one bathroom for the next hour and a half?" Oh boy. Oh, what a tough decision, pilot. What a fucking hero. Turn the plane around.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, right, you might get like a lawsuit out of that, but couldn't you get a lawsuit out of having to turn the plane around? Is that what they did? They turned it around and they just landed it somewhere?
No, I guess they turned around.
Yeah, they went back to where they started.
Fuck that.
Did they?
That's what it says, I think.
Did you see that video
And-
where they
and
just kicked
this-
the...
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
What video?
It was a video where they kicked like this couple off a plane
Yeah.
because their baby wasn't wearing a mask.
While he was eating?
Yeah, it was a 2-year-old and she was eating. I thought you could take your mask off to eat. I go to
Yeah.
the movie theater and buy a popcorn just so I don't have to wear a mask the entire film. I can pretend I'm eating the whole fucking time. Why is a 2-year-old baby not allowed to eat food on a plane?
Yeah.
You know, I cringed at the video because... All right, so first off, it was an Orthodox Jewish couple because the guy was wearing a yarmulke. But
That's the original mask.
the people, like, everyone seemed like they were on their side. And the people
Yeah.
sitting across from them, across the aisle that were filming, you can... I don't know who was actually filming, but the lady directly across was like a black lady, and it might have been, you know, her partner that was filming. But whenever the Jewish guy, he's explaining like what's happening, he's like, so yeah, they're kicking us off the plane. I have a special needs child, and this flight attendant, she's a African American. Like, I don't know why he felt the need to point it out, but it seemed oddly unnecessary.
No, it's funny is because saying the N-word in an explanatory context, like, you know, like Papa John did, and then you can call someone an African American. You know,
Well, so
one is actually rude, and one is
what
not.
was his assumption that the African American flight attendant was siding with the African American woman across the aisle, and that they were teaming up based on race rather than logic?
No.
Weren't they all agreeing?
They seemed like they were on their side. I just don't know why.
So then who the fuck had a problem with it?
No, the flight attendant did.
The flight attendant? The flight attendant was black, and then but I
passengers
just thought it was
were fine with
kind of cringy that he was just like, and she was an African American woman.
Yeah.
It was like an unnecessary element to the story.
Yeah, that seems like it's completely irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't know
which
if he was
makes it
trying to like
racist.
build up if there's.
Why are you bringing race in?
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to like lean on things like tensions between African Americans and Jewish people.
Wait, what's the issue between those two groups? I thought they were like they won the gold and silver at the Oppression Olympics together. I thought they would be friends.
Well, they share a lot of neighborhoods or side-by-side neighborhoods in New York, and there's a lot of violence against mainly Hasidics. I'm not sure about Orthodox Jews, but Hasids get like pushed down and bullied and robbed and beat up
Really?
and shit. Yeah, I don't know to what degree, so I might just be talking out of my ass, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I'm sure any living in a city, if you're not black and you live in a predominantly black area, you probably get bullied a little bit for being different.
Yeah, and not just different, but like you're wearing a big hat and you have curly
Yeah.
sideburns.
Well, hey, to end the homophobic passenger story, after the plane was turned around and 150 some people had their flight ruined, she was only fined £1,000, which is not really that much considering all the damages that she caused, and
Yeah,
probably
well-
like £40,000 worth of new tickets had to be issued out to all the passengers.
£1,000. She was fined your mom?
No, it seems more like the pilot wanted to punish everyone.
Don't even make any noise at that. That was-
Should I call my mom right now and ask her if she weighs 1,000 pounds? I'll be
Yeah,
like,
you
hey,
should.
Rusty Cage, he asserted.
Wouldn't it be
on our
embarrassing if it
podcast-
turns out she does, though?
Oh, if she actually does weigh 1,000 pounds, yeah, I'd
Yeah.
be so embarrassed.
I
Yeah,
love
so
that
don't do
show.
it.
I don't really care for like my, what is it, like 1,000-pound sisters or whatever, where it's
Yeah.
like one of them weighs 600, the other one weighs 400. But I fucking love, like I got addicted to shit. What's the other one called? Where people
My
are really-
600-pound life.
Yeah, that's it. God damn, these people are disgusting. And what is up with this channel? You just watch it, so you're like just horrifically disgusted. Can you imagine being one of the producers of that show? You're probably, especially the sister ones, because like they have lazy eyes and shit. It's like, God, how fucked up can you look?
Look, if your life is like really boring and sad, you can watch that channel and feel like your life is not as bad.
Yeah, Rusty,
is that what it is?
You can't imagine that people would want to tune in and watch a really ugly person on screen?
No, I guess
you
that's not what I
personally
meant to
cannot
say.
understand how maybe an audience might gather around a person like that?
Audiences
Are
generally...
you trying to say that I'm ugly and hideous and my filth makes
Steve
other people...
Buscemi is famously a very handsome man.
Well, I mean, some people are into it, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it.
He just makes a face when he takes pictures.
But they gotta just be like fucking popping a boner whenever they see these two sisters, and one's got like a big lump forehead and a lazy eye, and she's 600 pounds, and they have southern accents.
Can we take advantage of this genre and just go find the ugliest people possible and just start filming them?
Let's do
Sounds like we'll have a big hit.
Like,
isn't that kind of what
10,
you do for
10 ugly strangers and make them live together?
Wait. Say that we get the ugly strangers.
10 ugly strangers and make them live together.
Yeah,
as roommates.
It's like the real world, but instead of getting models,
the real
we get
ugly
ugly
world.
people.
The real
call
ugly
it
world.
the real hurled.
No, the real world, because this is what people actually look like. You know what I'm saying?
No, let's just call it fat, ugly, real world.
Fat, ugly retards in a house.
Fat, ugly, gross people. That's what it's the title of the show.
Why not? No,
Hi, would you like to
why
audition
not?
to be on my show?
This shit would fucking kill on YouTube if we just got just
Yeah, for
10
real.
people that all got something just slightly, not slightly wrong, but like
Let's call it a freak show. You know that, right?
what?
What you're talking about.
It's
Well,
like
I thought Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas already did that show.
yeah. Speaking of hideous fat dogs, even though no one brought up dogs, but no, we're talking about freak shows. Has it already been done?
No, I don't think anyone's done a freak show on YouTube. I don't know if YouTube would allow it. It would be really
That's
rude.
kind
if
of
they
what
did.
this channel is.
You can see clips of this show on
No,
YouTube.
but
so
I mean like some guy who's got a dead fetus on his shoulder because he was supposed to be conjoined twins, but he killed his brother in the womb. You know?
No, yeah,
Well,
but
Is he 600 pounds or not?
That's like you shouldn't be able to decide you want to be a freak. So I don't know if being overweight is a.
I think you should be able to decide if that you want to be a freak.
I want to be a freak.
I see what you're saying.
You know?
Right,
so
right.
I'm going to get super overweight. Like being a freak should be like something that was out of your control.
Well, what about the guys that like get facial body modifications and
that's
shitload
stupid.
tattoos look like a lizard?
I don't know. I just always felt like they don't belong in a freak show.
Yeah, they're kind of. I mean, especially now, it's kind of lame. Like, oh, the tattooed man.
I feel like freak shows seem like they're negative and like exploiting the freaks, you know. But I think depending on how it's run, it's more like finding a way for them to make a living.
No,
you
for
know?
sure. Yeah, no, a lot of the freaks, the freaks by their own.
But then you
words
start
and
putting
mission.
you start putting those belt spikes in your forehead. Like you don't need like what? You're not a freak.
Well,
Nobody
Rusty,
wants
didn't
to
you
see
tell
the
me-
midget anymore. They want to see the fucking guy with the split tongue and
The guy with an
And
arrow
lumps on
going
his
through his
head.
head.
Rusty, didn't you say The Greatest Showman is one of your favorite movies? That's basically the same story.
I fucking hate that movie so goddamn much.
That's literally what you're pitching. A bunch of freaks get
No.
a job.
No. First
the
off,
same
that's not what I'm
shit.
pitching. What the greatest? This is the thing with the Greatest Showman is it was about P.T. Barnum and his quote unquote freaks, but one of the freaks was Zandela. She's like a fucking
Zendaya.
Zendaya, whatever her name is, Zendaya, and I don't think she had anything wrong with her except that
She's a quadroon in the 1800s.
a quadroon.
That's 1/4 black.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So she has a slight African American heritage, and that was enough to label her a freak for P.T. Barnum's amazing traveling circus.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I have not seen the movie, so I don't know the justification for her being in the circus. I thought she was like a a trapeze artist with Zac Efron, so I guess he's a freak too.
No, yeah, she was a trapeze artist, but the thing was like she kept having to face the same like adversity that all the other freaks did. You know, like the
because
bearded
she's
lady.
black or for something else.
Yeah,
because she has no tits.
Because she's a young, very attractive woman with
no
slightly
tits.
dark skin.
No tits.
She got her tits cut off. No, I mean you're talking
She's
about
a
in real
freak.
life?
Yeah, in real life, Zendaya has no tits. I can see why she would be in a freak show.
Is it like a medical condition?
Like instead of the bearded lady, it's the woman with no tits. Watch
Behold.
as she flies on the trapeze with no titties to throw off her velocity.
It would just be a big
Can we
muscular woman.
actually put together this freak show though? I think this is actually a
If I can get Zendaya, then sure, yeah, I'll go for that.
I
well,
mean,
yeah, we'll see if we
you
can
want
get
to
her.
do?
But,
You want to
you have to.
put
you
an
have to
open
build it
casting
first.
call?
I basically look like Zac Efron to a T, so I think she would be very attracted to me.
I don't think so.
Hey, so how about this? Anyone who's listening right now and thinks they want to audition to be in our freak show, join our Patreon so you can come into our Discord and let us know you want to be in our freak show.
We do have a candidate already. Every podcast episode, there's a 15-year-old autistic kid who comments asking if he can be on the show. I think he might qualify.
To be in the freak house.
Yeah.
So it would be a house. It would be like a real world situation where 10 freaks, different.
Wait, I got a better
body
idea.
malfunctions.
We get 10 freaks, and the show is that we make them build a mansion on our empty land.
Oh, they just work for us.
Yeah. They're in our show.
And I don't mean this even like to disparage, the quote unquote freaks, but like, yeah, if you know anyone who might be interested, like
you want to start like a
armless
YouTube channel?
YouTuber, it'd be cool if they were all YouTubers too, like just people that have kind of things wrong with them or whatever.
Yeah, but I want to name people, but it's like I don't want to call them freaks.
Nah, you can name people on this show. Nobody listens to it.
Like, who's that bulimic
Ricky
girl? Isn't there like a
Berwick?
YouTuber that keeps getting in trouble for talking about bulimia? And she's like super anorexic.
I don't want to call her, someone with bulimia. You don't want to call
What's her
them a
name?
freak.
Like Cooney or some shit like that? I don't
Yeah,
know.
something like that. Something Cooney, yeah.
I
And
mean,
it'd be kind of funny
she
to
would
have, like,
qualify for a freak show, even though she has a horrible, debilitating disease.
Well, it'd be cool
That's
to have
kind
like a
of what
normal
being a freak
person in
is.
there too that have to, kind of deal with all these other people.
Well, the normal person can be the 600-pound
Hey,
person
what
because that's just
about
like a
someone
standard American.
What about someone who cut their own legs off? Is that a body mod or is that a mental condition?
I forget what that was because didn't that happen maybe a few
I know
years
people
back?
do it.
I think he was on
What?
Jerry Springer.
You say you know people who do it?
No. I know that people do it.
Oh yeah.
Like, there are
Someone
people out there who
definitely-
cut their limbs off for no
They
reason.
had the thing. It was called it was like ableism dysmorphia
No.
or something. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
identified in their head. They thought that they were a person, an amputee.
Yeah,
And
like
so
they felt something was off when they looked at their leg. Like it shouldn't
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah, I would
Well-
say that's
Weird, man.
insanity.
I'd say if you want to volunteer or audition, let us know in the comments. But we should probably move on to questions, right?
Oh yeah,
that's a good
I
idea.
guess it has been an
So
hour.
you want to just read the list Julius made?
Yeah. So Santa is Real wants to know, my question is related to gaming other than the circle jerk disappointment games like BioShock Infinite or The Last of Us 2. Which game has personally disappointed you the most for any reason? You guys are big Epic gamers, right?
Yeah, but I can't really think of a game that disappointed me. Because I don't really get disappointed. I know that every single amazing game that's advertised is all hype. Every time, 100%. Like, fool me once, fool me twice. Like, how many times are you guys going to get fooled?
This might not apply, but my biggest gaming disappointment has been following me throughout my entire life, and that is the Capcom cancellation of Mega Man Legends 3. So disappointing. The second game ends with Mega Man trapped on the moon, and his friends are on Earth trying to build a rocket to save him. It says to be continued. They started making the game, and then they canceled it for no reason.
I bet a Mega Man
And
would
it-
do
it
Did
still
Mega
haunts
Man
me to
say like
this
a
day.
homophobic slur or something?
No, I guess they didn't think it was going to sell very
Yeah.
well because it was like an off-brand Mega Man spin-off sort of thing.
Oh. I think they should make a new Mega Man.
I hate a lot of video games, but God of War I thought was like I played it for a little bit, but I was like, this game is fucking overhyped and kind of fucking stupid. It's just
is that the newest one or is that the original?
Oh, the newest one. Yeah, I guess
I think it's also called God of War.
Right, and it could just be because I suck at video games, so I just hate certain ones particularly, but
yeah, when I go over to Rusty's house, he's usually playing like Ms. Pac-Man or Galaga. So
Mario.
I think these new games are a little too much for him.
If there's no super easy mode, then I'm usually disappointed.
If it's not like a 2D space shooter or a platformer, it's a little above Rusty's pay grade.
No, man, listen to this. I'm about to be in the like 0.02% of people in the world who 100% complete Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, fuck. How long does that take? 500 hours?
I have no fucking idea, but I've been working at it, like chipping away at it for probably about a month and a half now. And it's the most grueling, tedious, monotonous bullshit. Like it's almost like they fucking said, fuck you to everyone playing the game. You will never 100% complete this. Because you just have to sit there and like wait for... You have to catch like a cardinal or something in perfect condition, and they only spawn once, like
during
rarely. You never even know when anything's gonna happen, and so it's just like a lot of waiting around. I don't know, but I'm at 98.5%, so I have just a little bit left.
You have 2 more weeks of gameplay to go.
Pretty much, yeah.
So wait, in the past month, you completed 98%?
No, in the past, I was already at like. I don't know. I think I was at like I finished the story, so I was probably around 70%. And the closer I get to 100, it's just exponentially more annoying and takes longer and longer. So
it's more like chase a piece of paper type bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't. I've already made it too far. I have to fucking do it. I don't care if it takes two more months.
They're gonna update it right before you finish.
But yeah, right? I don't know. That's. Wait,
if they update, you drop down on completion, right? Like if you're at 100% and they update, you're not 100%.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
Unless it's like main
it's 100% of the original, I think, because they keep adding more stories and like stranger quests. So there's potentially infinite amount of things that you can continuously do in the game, but they're all just redundant copies of something you've already done. All right, what's another question?
Rasta Billy wants to know, what is your kink? I think we touched on this at the beginning of the show, and Rusty was too afraid to admit that he just wants a woman to shut up.
No,
I did say that.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's how you knew that.
Is that a kink? Have like a woman that shuts up when you tell her?
Absolutely, it is.
No, I don't really have any fucking kinks. I think that people are already degenerate enough, and if you can't, everyone's going to hell in a handbasket. That's what I've always been saying.
I like my kink is mayonnaise. Definitely mayonnaise.
What do you like, mayonnaise just in general, or slathering your balls in it?
Like you tie your partner up and you force feed them mayonnaise.
Oh shit! Okay,
until they
is that
throw
what you
up?
Call your semen?
Until they throw up. No, like Hellman's.
Oh.
You just you get the spatula and you just keep forcing them to eat it while you hold their mouth shut. Yeah,
that makes you hard as a rock.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure someone's into that, which is weird.
I'm still really into like wrinkled old white ladies like Jane Goodall or Rusty's grandmother, especially when she's really into it. So it's like, wow, even after 80 years of life, she still wants to suck that nut. Good for her.
I think
they don't become impotent. Like the urge to suck cock never really kind of leaves them,
Yeah, and that's the hottest thing about it is that you can just go to a retirement community and all of those women would love to suck on your 25-year-old cock.
They'll beg you.
Yeah, that's my fetish. That's my kink.
Oh, you go into these communities and you're like, oh, I'll bake you some cookies, young Mumkey. And then in her head, she's like, oh, I wonder how I can turn this into a situation where I'm slobbering on his cock.
She would not have to put in very much effort to convince me.
I never understood how incels exist if hookers exist also. So it's like if you want
Yeah,
to get
they're
laid,
hard to find.
you can.
No. What was the thing? Because I'm interested in that idea. Because what was it with Elliot Rodger? Like, why didn't he get a hooker? Was it just like a pride thing, or?
I don't think he knew how to get one.
Yeah, it's because they don't know how to get one, and it just kind of.
What is the name of
table.
the website? Like the blackbook.com or some shit? Kelly Blue Book?
Oh, Ashley Matt? No, that's something.
No, yeah, it was
Kelly
like a back page or some shit.
Backpage, that's it.
Craigslist.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Craigslist.
in
also.
Chicago, you just have to go to like within every 1 mile. There's a busy street, and you just go to the busy street, and there's going to be some woman walking around, and you can tell that she shouldn't be walking around like that. They dress on purpose in a weird way.
What do you mean a
Pick up
weird way?
hookers.
How should women dress? Reactor?
It'll be winter, and they'll be wearing a mini skirt and be standing on a corner yelling at cars, asking if they want to party.
So
Oh.
you assume if a woman dresses in a way that makes her comfortable and likes to party, she must be a prostitute, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
just pay her
at
money
the
and
very
rape
least-
her, I guess, right?
At the very least,
Yeah.
I think you shouldn't pick them up if they're on the corner asking you if you want to party.
And also ask them if they're a cop, because they have to tell you if they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is
you know,
the
this
trick?
was actually
Ask her-
a real situation that happened, but
To you?
this girl that went to that I grew up with, like she grew up in our town and went to our high school, and we all knew her because she used to play on the local sports teams and mutual friends and whatnot. But a buddy of mine was in the town of our high school, and she was like, "Hey, I need a ride," like probably legitimately, and so he's like, "All right," but she had actually been a known person like pulling tricks, so she was prostituting, and so my buddy's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever," and then the cops pulled up behind him, like it was like a weird. They were watching her and trying to sting someone, and my friend had to explain, like, "No, I actually know this person. We actually are friends."
I'm friends
Our
with this
peers.
prostitute officer.
Well, I mean, yeah, right. We went to high school together. I don't know.
Yeah,
She said
but-
she needed a ride.
Just because they're friends doesn't prove that he's not going to pay her for sex.
That's true.
and can we just all get on the same page here and say prostitution should be legal?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it should. Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck those cops.
Like imagine how
trying to ruin a good time.
normal things would be if like you could be a prostitute as a life choice. You had to get
Elliot
up-
Rodger would not have killed anybody if it
No.
was legal to pay for sex and you could just
Yeah,
go to a
like,
store.
you
It would
just make-
solve the incel issue, and people just don't want to
Yeah.
give women, I guess, the right to sell their bodies, which they're doing on OnlyFans anyway. So why not add in the extra step of putting my penis inside of them?
if they're
And make them
interested
shut
in
up
going
while
that
they're
far.
at it.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
got
do we
more
have
to
any
say, Reactor, or should we move on?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Nuticus wants to know, what are your guys' opinions on industrial society and its future?
What do they even mean?
That's the whole question.
Industrial society,
Industrial
like
society?
like
I would say probably before the Industrial Revolution, white people were probably a lot happier, and I think all this new technology and the internet is just making people a lot more depressed. And it was easier back when you had to work a good hard day of work, and you don't even have time to sit down and think about how sad you are because you're on the
Well, how
farm
are you sad?
for 18 hours a day.
No,
what is,
I
what is there to be sad about? There's no products that you don't have being forced in your face.
And yet depression is at an all-time high. I'm guessing depression and all that shit was not that big back in the day.
Here.
How?
Industrial Society and Its Future is the Unabomber Manifesto by Ted Kaczynski.
Well, that's okay.
I'd rather talk about what we were talking about.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to read some fucking book.
Yeah, what? I don't know books. Let's just do the next question.
Well, you don't think that depression is at an all-time high because of all the technology we have? Because I think it is.
COVID lockdowns.
No, but even before COVID, dude. Like
Yeah.
social media
yeah.
has degraded the mind.
Yeah, I agree. I
Legitimately.
mean,
Yeah.
for sure, it's made people more reliant on things that are easily controllable by a ton of other people, and unrealistic standards of how to fit into a friend group or a peer group. It's become considerably more difficult. You can be canceled. You can have people. I used to be like the idea of cyberbullying was so ridiculous, and there was a period where it was. Then that was like kind of when the internet wasn't as necessary, like social media wasn't as necessary. But
Like
now
the
it's like that's
2000s.
the only way people interact with each other. And
Yeah, when it was all lawless internet, like 90s
Yeah.
and 2000s, it was like Wild West. People would talk about ridiculously crazy shit, and everyone was like, yeah, whatever. But now, if you say something, everyone's like, oh my God, I can't breathe.
Yeah, could you
Right.
imagine if we lived in the 1800s on a southern plantation, the best technology we have is what, like a fucking wagon and a book? We would probably be super happy. You don't have a care in the world.
Well, that's what I'm
You
saying.
tell your slaves what to do, you read a book.
Yeah.
on the
That's the
wagon,
easy
you just
life.
take
Well,
a
no,
wagon
but-
ride.
But seriously,
Yeah.
even if you like if you don't rely on society to survive, like if you hunted and fished all day and had a cabin, what is there to be sad about?
Yeah. I
Probably
think,
not catching a fish and dying of starvation, or like maybe a loved one.
I really doubt
dying of a currently very curable disease.
Well, we have real life examples of this in the modern day because there's this thing called third world countries. And it
What's
turns
that?
out people in first world countries have higher levels of depression than the people who live in the fucking shitholes. So it's almost like having everything so easy in life just gives you plenty of free time to think about how pathetic and sad you are.
Now,
if you had to
hold-
go to work 18 hours a day, you wouldn't have time to be sad.
Well, also if you were working for yourself, if you weren't like going to work for someone else, like here I go again, alarm
Yeah.
clock, gonna go make someone rich.
There's no
Instead of
major
me.
industry. You just have to go make your own food, take care of your own shit, be a self-sustained man. You'd be way happier, I think.
I think the levels of happiness between third world countries and first world countries is relatively the same, but they say that it does actually increase once you go from like the poverty class to the middle class. You'll see a jump in how people identify or rate their own happiness. However, when you go from middle class to the upper class, you don't really see that jump grow too much. So money does
Okay, yeah.
kind of buy happiness, like in the
If-
sense of
yeah.
people are happier if you can buy food and feed your family and feed
Exactly.
yourself and not be
Uh-huh.
like starving. But having having a house to live in versus having a mansion to live in doesn't really seem to do too much for
Yeah.
people's happiness.
Especially if you're born in a mansion. I imagine losing the mansion would be painful, but
Right.
having it's like is normal.
But that's all relative. That'd be like someone born in a shack and then they lose the shack. Like you're like, fuck, I don't have a house anymore.
Yeah, but it's easy to find another shack.
And it's easy. Well, it's also easy to just buy another house if you're rich.
No, but I meant if they lost it or something, if they weren't rich, like growing up poor, I don't care if I lose everything. I just start back at the beginning. You know what I mean? But a rich person,
Yeah, you
would
didn't
be
have
like-
anything to begin
like,
with.
I'm gonna kill myself because I don't have $1 billion anymore. I have nothing. What's the point of living?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah. If
gonna
your
be
goal
homeless.
is to like you go to your to-do list, you wake up, go to your to-do list, and it's like get food. All right. So then, if you don't have anything, that's still number one on your to-do list. And if you're rich, it's like check the stocks, pay bills,
Ring my
find
food bell.
satisfaction, and get respect in your community or whatever. Like shit that's more difficult to achieve, and I don't know. That's like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs bullspit.
Bullshit. How dare you? You think something I learned sophomore year English class might be stupid bullshit?
No, I actually do think it's real, but
Yeah.
I don't know to what
I had
degree.
a whole segment about it in my Elliot Rodger analysis, I believe. It's been a while since I watched it. Next question. I'm a huge faggot wants to know, what is the easiest way to make Reactor angry?
Convince me to give you half my business and then reincorporate it in another state without me, and then pretend like you don't even know what I'm talking about. I never owned the company. Yeah, really. That's probably what pissed me off the most in my life.
What about people hacking all the websites that you made and stealing people's information?
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird getting like, you know how like, what is it? PayPal will or Twitter will make a statement like our servers have been hacked, personal information has been stolen. You know, it's like I'm in the exact same position as that. It's just I have like 1,000 users instead of the amount they have.
Right.
So
I think
it's like it's weird. It's
Facebook-
like the same crime.
Facebook recently had 500 million users' data stolen, and they aren't even
Yeah.
telling the users that it happened.
Well, how do you know then?
Because it was a news article.
Yeah, so they must have told someone.
I don't think
know.
Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
was
heard
telling
that, though.
people.
They're trying to keep it quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, why would they tell users? Just say oops.
Well, because your password is leaked.
Also, it's fucking Facebook. Everyone knows that they're stealing your information. So, like, what?
Like,
who cares?
oh no, someone
it got
else
leaked
stole it
to
with
who?
you. Like, well, but they're not stealing it technically because you clicked allow, which is
Right.
fucked up because it's like, I don't know. You have
should
to.
we
I mean,
save-
it is fucked
Should
up.
we
You
though.
save
have to
the rest of
participate
these
in the internet.
questions for next time?
What's that?
Should we save these questions for next time? I think we're going a bit over. And I have to
sure.
pee again.
Or we could try knocking them out.
Well, if
we're
you guys want to
gonna
wait
get
for
a
me to
lot
pee.
more for the next week because this Discord's only been open for so long. We're gonna have a lot more next time.
Okay, let's have
Okay,
more
keep
next
going
time.
through the questions, then I'm going to
Hey,
go pee.
Well, at the very least, let's talk to Julius because he helped us with this compilation of questions.
Okay,
Right? You know
Where
what
are
I'm
the
saying?
questions at?
Julius J right here. He said, "Okay, well, Mumkey's not here. I'll do yours. Besides the Knife Game and other Mimi songs, are there any old music works of yours that you can no longer stand nowadays for whatever reason?"
Oh, that's a good question. Besides like meme songs,
Like your most disappointing Try Hard song?
yeah, there's definitely. I'm trying to remember which one it is, but there's definitely some songs off like the first album where I was like, damn, I really took that. Thought I was really fucking serious about this. Shit. God damn, I almost have to like look. at
What's
my-
your favorite
my
song?
Tracks. I don't know. I don't have a favorite song, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, like, I have a
really
favorite everything.
rank
Like,
'em.
I have a favorite painting I made. I have a favorite video I made. I have a favorite song I made. I don't know.
Let's see, Rusty Cage, Bandcamp. I know there's one. There's definitely a few off the first album that I was just like, maybe
I shouldn't have done that.
Extreme
No.
Prejudice. With Extreme Prejudice, probably on the first album. I also cringe at like the production value of some of these songs.
Yeah, that's like normal though. Every time you look back at your skill level, you know, it's
Yeah, for sure.
it's gonna be like, oh god, what an idiot.
So yeah, with Extreme Prejudice was like, it was kind of like a what do they call it, like cognitive rap type stuff, like where you're so in the know and your mind is open to the truth about religion or some shit like that. It just seemed way too serious for
Like atheist
What it
try hard.
should've been.
Like
atheist try hard.
Which book?
Oh no, this is like
his songs.
Oh no, here it is. It's all the fish will be floating. That's definitely a song that I cringe at when I listen to. I'm like, holy shit! I was trying for something and I completely lost the what I was going for and did not reflect on how this looks. It just seems so cringy. It's like trying to be way too poetic or meaningful without actually meaning anything. And comes
Is the
off,
song still available?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm not taking it off the album or anything. I mean, it's not even a terrible song. I don't like it.
It's your
at
least
all.
favorite, yeah. You think you
maybe
could have done
someone
better or
else likes
something. All right, hey Mumkey, so this is Julius J's question. Are you aware of how most videos of the Mumkey Jones site no longer work? Any plans to fix that, or are some videos just lost forever or stuck as re-uploads?
Yeah, I abandoned that website well over a year ago because I
when-
was hosting the videos on Vimeo, but Vimeo charges you $600 a year, and it's not fucking worth it to me. If you fuckers want that up, you have to pay me a lot more. But some fans made a Mumkey Jones archive that has basically everything on it.
Cool.
So go find that. I don't know what the link is, but it exists, and I don't even have anything to do with it, but I did look at it, and it looks like my old website, but it just has a bunch of working videos. I'm sure somebody knows the link and they can post it down in the comments.
All right, someone
Yeah,
want to
don't
ask
you like
me my
delete
question?
all your videos too? Like you don't actually save any of your videos on
Really?
a hard drive somewhere. So when your channel got deleted, you just lost everything.
Yeah, I mean, when when you're as prolific as me, and Rusty, this might blow your mind, somebody who makes more than 5 videos a year, but when you're as prolific as Mumkey Jones in his prime, there's not enough hard drive space on any computer to save all those videos. So I just hoped that YouTube would not mass delete all of them permanently. And I guess
also,
I lost that bet.
The unethical nature of having to have the storage space and to even keep these videos, like the economic and environmental impact.
Environment.
Yeah,
because there were just so many videos that I made.
Really, you can get like a 4 terabyte hard drive for like $80.
Oh, here we go.
That would have covered just the Is It Kino podcast episodes.
Oh yeah, all the podcasts. Yeah, you're right. No, I get it. Oh God.
Well, do we have anything else?
Yeah. So there's a question for me from Julius J. It's okay. Is it weird if I read it to myself? I don't want to ask myself.
What is your favorite book?
Oh, my favorite book is
other than the Bible.
No, Alice in Wonderland is actually my favorite book. 100% serious answer. I have an Alice in Wonderland tattoo across my chest.
Have you not read Requiem of the Crazies?
Nope, haven't. Is it similar? Sounds similar.
I mean, it'll probably become your new favorite book. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably similar in the way that it's retarded. But no. All jokes aside, why?
But yeah,
is
it kind of makes sense.
book?
Yeah, you really do have that tattoo. What's up with that?
I don't know. I just like Alice in Wonderland. It's about absurdity, but it's also like questioning stuff. If I read it when I was little, I haven't read it. I
never read
time.
It. Did you get the tattoo when you were little too?
Mm-hmm. It was my first tattoo. I was like
when you were 5.
I was obsessed with Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, if you're so smart and you love it so much, who wrote it?
Lewis Carroll.
Lewis Carroll. Oh.
Did you think that was gonna be a gotcha question?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're so fucking smart and you love Lewis Carroll so much, what other book did he write that's popular and starts with a J?
Through the Looking Glass.
What? Oh,
part 2 of Alice in Wonderland.
Did you like the live action Johnny Depp Disney movies that covered the book?
I didn't watch it, but I know the Disney cartoon from like whenever the 60s or whatever. It's actually a combination of Alice in Wonderland and Through a Looking Glass, and then made into a child-friendly. Not that the book's not child-friendly, but it's like I don't know.
It's probably less.
It's not.
Dark.
It's not. It's a little more dark than the cartoon.
I like that Tweedledee and Tweedledum in the cartoon were just 2 stupid Irishmen, like that resembled the old stereotype propaganda of Irishmen just being violent drunks, which they are.
And they became like Humpty Dumptys in the cartoon.
Yeah, that's what Tweedledee and Tweedledum are. Also, the walrus and the oysters, like he just fucking lured all these little baby oysters out of the water playing a flute or some shit, and then he just ate them. That was pretty tight.
Yeah, what was it in Dogma? You ever see the movie Dogma?
Yeah.
When was it Matt Damon was talking about the Walrus and the Carpenter song?
Saying was
like
he?
It's like a metaphor for religion, a carpenter and a walrus.
Isn't that the only good Kevin Smith movie?
Yeah, actually, I think so. It's the best one for sure.
Yeah, it's probably the best. So
I couldn't believe it was made by Kevin
everything's
Smith.
Relevant. I mean, I fucking love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but like, I wouldn't say it's good.
Yeah, I think Dogma was like, holy shit, this is like a blockbuster, amazing movie.
Yeah.
And then you have that great story of the Christian groups were trying to boycott the movie, and Kevin Smith just showed up and joined the boycott, and he was giving speeches about how the movie's gonna ruin the youth and shit.
That's pretty funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I'm just not here. I was thinking let's just do Cole and Justin Kim's questions because everyone else already asked one.
Okay, go for it.
So Cole asks, if all of history's terrorist bad guy leaders were entered into the Hunger Games, who would win and what teams do you think would form?
Well, I think Pol Pot would have to win, right?
No,
does he have the biggest kill
on...
count? Or is that Mao?
Yeah, but he relies on people for power.
Yeah, exactly. You have to think of like Genghis Khan. He would fuck people up.
Genghis Khan.
Wait, but he said history's bad guys. Genghis Khan was a good guy. He only went after the bad guys.
Well, Voltaire said he was a bad guy.
Oh, yeah, I guess. No, but I mean...
Voltaire's full of shit. But like 10% of people are related to Genghis Khan? Like he is the world. We can't call him a bad guy.
I mean, they used to take.
No, but I don't know. Better question.
They definitely maybe not Genghis Khan, but some of his underlings, his like children and descendants, definitely would take like the children of a village and just hurl them in catapults over at the enemy's walls and
really
to destroy. Yeah, he did a lot of weird shit like that.
Did it work though? Was it like effective?
It definitely scared the fuck out of a lot of places into submission and surrender.
So I think you have to take that into account when you're considering what had to be done to get the outcome,
Yeah, he can be brutal and he can be mean sometimes, but
to get the desired
you
effect,
submit, he'll be very loving and caring.
He'll give you a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think if we're going on just raw strength, maybe Genghis Khan would win. But we have to consider the Hunger Games isn't just about who's the strongest. You have to strategize and, like the question said,
but I mean,
form alliances and shit. Do we think that Hitler is that good at writing these speeches and he's that passionate that he could get enough people on his side?
Or no? Do you think Hitler, whose superpower was charisma? Do you think he would be able to survive in a ring where he has to fight for his life?
Well, I think he could just convince people to fight on his side. Like
but when it's down to him,
Germany.
When it's down to him and one other person, are they really going to fight for him?
Well, see, I kind of think Saddam would win because he's like a fucking sociopath, like a psychopath.
But I'm thinking,
as opposed to Hitler.
It would be someone
Hitler
who actually fought
just,
wars.
A little misdirected.
Hey, but Hitler probably never fired a gun in war. Well, he probably did. But
he
you know what
totally
I mean?
did.
He's not like a Green Beret, crazy ass like Navy SEAL type soldier. He's just a dumbass dude with charisma.
Dude, Hitler literally ended his life the same way that the first Hunger Games movie ended, where the two star-crossed lovers are the only ones left, and they take the poison to kill themselves. Hitler would literally pull that, except he wouldn't poison himself. Fucking Pol Pot would, thinking that they're in love, and then Hitler would be the last man standing. I've seen the movie. I know how this shit goes.
And then he goes to South America or Antarctica or some shit.
Yeah, just like real life.
What about like who's the dude that was in Cuba?
Joseph Stalin.
Fidel
No,
Castro?
everyone wears the shirts of. Stalin's good though too. Like Stalin's probably that guy's fucking nuts, and I imagine
he's got a good mustache.
Yeah.
Chavez. Wait, no. What am I thinking? What's that guy's name?
Chavez. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. Everyone fucking has shirts of him.
Guerrera?
Che Guevara.
Guevara.
Yeah.
Wait,
Che Guevara was like a legitimate
bad guy?
guerrilla.
Technically a bad guy. He was a rebel. What do you call? Bad is
Mumkey,
all.
I'll say this.
relative.
Che Guevara had problematic. He had said some problematic things in the past about and had views about homosexuality that
Oh, shit.
they kind of don't hold up, and it's a little bit of a bad look.
Well, in that case, if revolutionaries count, why not George Washington? He had slaves. He killed a bunch of
but George Washington never
soldiers
fought.
and shit. He'd probably do pretty well.
You have to consider that like Genghis Khan actually went into a battlefield shooting arrows and slashing swords on his enemies, while George Washington was like, "Hey, everyone, go fight over there for me."
No,
so it's like
Genghis Khan was the leader. He was like a fucking meek old man who was a great commander, but he wasn't. You don't think he got riding
down?
A horse with a sword?
Hey, don't you remember when the citizens did not want to pay an extra tax? George Washington personally went to their house with 50,000 troops and said, "Pay the tax or we're gonna fucking kill you."
You think George Washington's a bad guy? What are you, Antifa?
I mean, I think he's not a great guy.
Okay, I want you to look up a picture of Genghis Khan. Also, is how you say it.
Genghis.
Just look him up and tell in the painting, not the depictions of him.
Does he look like a little fat Asian baby?
He's a little fat hippie. Yeah, with his guy's ears pierced. He's wearing like a do-rag or some shit. This guy does not look like he would survive in the Hunger Games.
So we agree Hitler's gonna win with his fake out poison at the end.
Hitler was a
Macho
war
Man.
hero.
Dude, Randy Savage would destroy Hitler if he was in there with him.
Ooh, I didn't think is Randy Savage a good guy or a bad guy. I consider him a good guy.
Randy Savage, the wrestler?
No,
Macho Man.
He's a better fighter than Hitler.
I don't think he's one of history's biggest terrorists.
You don't think so?
Macho Man Randy Savage? I thought he was a hero.
Don't you remember what he did to Undertaker in the 80s?
Yeah,
What,
dude.
threw him off
Were
a
you
cage?
no, I'm kidding. I don't even know. I just
No,
made
this
shit
is
up.
this is the thing though. Like they don't teach this in school anymore, and it's like it's weird that
They
they
don't
cover
teach
it up.
WWE in school.
It's like you never hear about the gulags, you never hear about Macho Man Randy Savage, and it's like
No, but
who
hey, my
is
point is,
really in charge of academia?
like
Clearly,
these peop-
Emp Lemon should be in charge of the curriculum.
my point was the people you're naming aren't actual warriors. You know, Hunger Games would be won by a warrior.
No, fucking Katniss
You're like-
Everdeen wasn't a warrior. She's a little bitch who has a bow and arrow.
Yeah, but she
Was
was
it,
still fighting. So yeah, they have to be warriors
She didn't fucking
first.
kill anybody the whole movie. Everybody else killed each other, and then she
Like,
got chased by
was it-
werewolves at the end.
Doc Holliday would beat any world leader because world leaders sit in their thrones and make other people fight for them. You know, so like you get like some Wild
What
West
about
outlaw.
Osama bin Laden? He's like actually in the trenches. He fucking
No, that guy's a pussy.
No, man, he fought on the front lines. That's how he gained everyone's respect.
Yeah, and then we found his porn stash, and it was all lame.
Oh, did he not have any kinks?
No, he did not have any grandma porn. He did not have any duct tape her
Mayonnaise.
mouth shut to make her
It was,
quiet
it was-
porn.
it was all cis white couples.
There was no mayonnaise porn, Reactor. You're going to tell me you still like Osama bin Laden after you found that out?
I mean, I don't.
Let's
I don't
hear
like
it,
him
Reactor.
just 'cause
How
of
are you
his
going to
porn.
justify Osama bin Laden now?
Yeah.
The porn's not the only reason I like him.
Wait, so you do like his porn taste?
No, I mean it's not great, but I don't hate him. I wouldn't hate him just because it's different.
He's never flown a plane into any towers personally, so I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to do much.
So how can I hate him if he never actually did anything wrong?
So why would you think he's going to win the Hunger Games if he just sits in a
No,
fucking
I
cave?
I don't think he would win. I think someone.
Although, to be fair, PETA and Katniss spent half the movie sitting in a cave, so maybe that is the strategy. Hide in the cave while they all
wait
kill
it
each
out.
other. That's what they did. Yeah, maybe he would win.
Let's go to the next question.
Well, I have one more point to make.
Yeah, go for
In the
it.
Hunger Games, whoever's like the most popular, they get sponsors, and then they'll like from the outside they'll send them little trinkets and gifts and stuff to help them
yeah.
win. So, which
Can
of
you
these
sponsor Hitler?
leaders do you think would get the most sponsorships?
Oh, so someone like Pol Pot probably would not because they don't have any money or anything to send. Well, right now it would be
Like all the
Che
communist
Guevara,
leaders,
'cause
yeah,
they
they're
would get
gonna-
like, or maybe Pol Pot would they would get all the shit from like rich
Commies?
college kids, who
Yeah.
are communists. They would just send them shit that their dads bought them or whatever.
Yeah, I hear that there's a lot of tourism. People like to go on holidays in Cambodia.
Do they? I've never been
That's
there.
what I heard.
They even wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
Really?
So he's got to have a lot of money.
Next question though. Why does Emp have a much cooler fan base? Oh, that was really stupid. I don't even understand.
really
what
dumb
what is,
question.
yeah,
I mean, he's
that
selling
doesn't make sense.
fucking U2s, so his fan base can't be that mature and cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. Like Emp's fan base, how cool can they be when they look at Emp and they see like a thinker, the smartest person they've ever known. Everything he says is like
Yeah.
a prophecy, and he really plays into it. He'll just
Yeah, and
tweet
then you
something
hang
and
out
it's
with him in real life and you realize he's a fucking autist.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
putting
he's
this out
an
here
autistic
right now.
kid.
I will fight any one of Emp's fans that thinks they could take me.
Oh my god, the boxing match is back on. We did it.
Right.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Oh, you know
Some random kid.
he's gonna have some fan who's gonna be fucking just jacked.
Yeah, me.
It's going to turn out The Rock is his fan.
I wouldn't want to box
wanna
you,
fight me?
Reactor. You're pretty ripped, or are you fat
Yeah, I
and you
know.
wear really tight shirts?
Or you say I'm fat?
Yeah, are you fat and wear tight shirts, or are you in shape?
No, I'm like, I'm not. I lost all my muscle from sitting at home in COVID. I'm
Yeah,
like
if I recall,
losing weight.
Reactor tried to intervene when somebody was getting beat up, and Reactor didn't even throw a punch. He just got his ass kicked.
He sacrificed himself. Take
Yeah.
me instead.
Technically, yeah. No, but I fought back. It was just there
But you lost.
was two of them, and they were
Yeah,
hardened
there's two of
criminals.
us right now. You think you can take us?
Yeah, I definitely could.
Me and Rusty?
No,
I know
like the
some
problem. The
judo.
problem was
I'm a
I
yellow
thought
belt.
like I wasn't in 100% fight mode. Like this, like there's 100% danger around me. It was I'm inside a casino, one of the most secure places in the world. You know, there's no way that I'm gonna die from this. Like I didn't think I would get hurt permanently, but
Kind of like that Chinese
Oh.
lady who was right outside that one building and got her ass kicked by that young dude while everyone stood around and watched?
Yeah, like, security guards were like all standing by the casino, like because the dude dragged me out onto the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Did I ever talk about this before?
I don't know if
I
you
don't
talked
know.
about it on the show, actually.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I was dragged out onto the boardwalk, and they were like stomping on me while the security guards that were from the casino that I was dragged out of stood by the door, watching me.
Well, now that you open this floodgate, I mean, why? What was the fight about? Like, I remember you interjected in something, right?
I was in Atlantic City waiting by the exit while Tim was on the phone with like can't remember who he was talking to, but two guys were following some old guy through the casino and came to the exit door that we were in the what's it called, the patio awning in between two
Lobby
doors
or something.
Yeah, like you know what I mean, that area, and so they kept walking out, and then like these guys were like throwing soda, splashing soda from a bottle on him and like pushing him into the corner, and then they started digging through his pockets and like punching him, and he fell on the ground. They were kicking him and shit. So I walked up and I grabbed one of the guys. Like I yelled for security a lot, and then I grabbed the guy's jacket and I was like, "You're not going anywhere, man." And then him and his friend just they didn't really drag me as much as I wouldn't let go. So because I was trying to keep him there until the security could come, so the guy could get his phone back, the guy could get his wallet back, and these guys wouldn't get away. But instead, the guards just kind of watched me get my ass beat and then get taken away in an ambulance.
Do you think that the guards, when they came, you're yelling for security, and then whenever the security actually came, they, instead of thinking that they were like stopping two people from robbing an old man, it was just like a tussle between like some
maybe
young kids or whatever.
But I don't know. I just kind of thought a casino, they know what's going on everywhere.
Maybe the guards were Emp Lemon fans.
Yeah, but also the guy getting robbed had nothing to do with the casino losing money, so it's also not a top priority, probably.
Yeah, that still seems fucked up, though. I mean, there still seems like there's some liability. I know there's a lot of corruption and whatnot involved.
Atlantic City is bad. Vegas is great. Vegas is like, I think that's the problem. I'm used to going to Vegas, not Atlantic City. So I was like, when you're inside a Vegas casino, you are 100% protected.
You can't fuck around.
Yeah, you can't at all. You can't even look at a table the wrong way without a security guard asking you what's up,
Right.
But in Atlantic City, it's like, oh my God, there's criminals in the casino? Are they stealing money from us? Okay, well, don't worry about it then.
Hey, I don't get paid for this shit.
We got to keep our profits up. Don't waste money helping people.
I've never been to Atlantic City. I don't really. I'm too afraid to gamble in casinos.
It's stupid. It really is stupid.
Well, considering how much control they have over it, but also it's like everyone's so fucking serious when they're around like a craps table or blackjack or something. I'd be too nervous my first time trying to do something, and I slightly fuck up, and everyone's like, "Oh, come on, you fucking amateur! You don't know how this works." Like, no,
just
I don't
throw the
really.
dice.
I just wanted to play one game of roulette, and I have to ask 20 questions.
Oh yeah. The noob.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just wouldn't know what the protocol and what
so the blue chips these are all mine, and I can
pissed.
put them on any number, and they're like, yes. So what the fuck do you think is happening?
Well, what color should I put it on?
What
do you have any other colors besides red and black?
Green.
What?
I'll put it on green.
I thought I saw online you had a blue and green numbers.
I'm gonna put it all on 00, baby.
Yeah.
Last
one. Let's get to Justin Kim. What do you guys think of Drive 2011? I recently bought the driver's jacket and am trying to be as calm and stoic as possible while being badass and not afraid to use my Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I like that
movie. About the movie?
I saw it in theaters when I was 15 or 16, and it introduced me to an actor named Oscar Isaac, who went on to be in a bunch of movies that I really love.
Oh, like inside Being Louis Davis or inside
and
Louis Davis?
Ex Machina is my favorite of his performances. But Drive's a great movie. I get that it's a big meme on 4chan, and everybody wants to be like the driver, and like the question is stating. But I think it's a genuinely good movie.
I thought it was a good movie. I actually listened to the audiobook when I was driving home from New York once, and I thought I was gonna fucking crash because it was like 4 a.m. and the car I was driving had a cracked windshield, so there was like a big crack going right through the vision of my two eyes, and it slightly offset everything past the windshield. So out of my right eye, I was seeing an image of the road that was slightly offset from the left eye, and it was dark. I was getting like the highway hypnosis and just listening to drive the whole way.
You became one with the driver.
Yeah. It was the only thing that kept me alive from just fucking driving off a bridge or some shit.
I've driven like so much. I think I've driven like at least 5 times more than a normal American. And like I remember like I would drive to work at the airport, half asleep in the morning at like 3 or like 4 a.m. I remember getting to the airport and being like, holy shit, I was asleep that whole time. How did I get here?
Oh, fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just so, like, I'm half awake in the first place, and then I'm driving on a highway for half an hour.
Yeah, and then like, you just kind of wake up and you go, where the fuck am I?
Well, not really that, but it's like at least 5 times on my way to work every morning, I would wake up and be like, oh shit, I'm driving.
Mm-hmm. God damn.
And then I quit working at the airport and actually fell asleep and crashed into a parked car on the highway.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was going like 70, fell asleep, and there was traffic up ahead of me. And it was weird, man. I woke up.
Is that how you got the brain damage?
I was actually thinking that. I'm sure I got my first concussion that way. At least.
Yeah, that would explain a lot.
I woke up to my airbag deflating. It was like fully expanded but deflating, and like green glowing, like a soft kind of green color, like powder floating around my car. Yeah, it was crazy, man.
So you lost a fight to 2 drunks at a casino, and then you lost a fight against inertia. Have you ever won in your whole life?
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't feel like I've lost anything.
I guess we'll find out when we do
All of my
the
family's
Rusty
still
and
alive.
Jimmy versus Reactor boxing match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Has
I'm
there ever
ready
been
for
a boxing exhibition where it was 2 boxers against 1 at the same time?
Tag team boxing. Let's make our own boxing rules.
But doesn't tag team imply that you have to tag in and out? It should just be all 3 of us in the ring at the same time, and we both
It'll
go
be
after
like
you.
not like a traditional tag team. It'll be like, okay, you can tag your partner, and then he can come in, and then you can leave or don't.
Yeah, that's
you don't
how
have
we
to
should do
leave.
it.
Yeah, just if both of you want to come in, just tag them.
They do that in WWE all the time. I don't see why
right.
boxing would be any
It's
different.
like there's no order to it.
No, we
Like,
just
touch my
beat
hand
the
and
shit
I'll
out
beat
of
him up
you.
with you. Yeah.
I'm afraid that we lose.
Well, we might, but that's why people are paying $15 a ticket to watch it happen.
You realize boxing gloves are like pillows, basically. They're cushions.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
It's like a pillow fight.
But if I'm throwing a cushion at you with all the strength of my huge monkey biceps, you're still gonna feel it.
But it's still a pillow.
Dude, I can bench over 65
oh,
pounds.
no.
You're not
Oh,
gonna
no,
stand a
they're
chance.
They're throwing pillows at me. What am I going to do?
Yeah, no, but 4 pillows at one time. Coming from both of us.
Yeah, but who has 4 arms?
You'll basically be dead.
Oh, okay, because there's 2 people. 4 pillows? No.
Rusty, how
just
much
start
can you
training.
bench?
Pillow training?
I don't know.
Like 80, 85?
I'd have to try it because I have like that machine, but the numbers aren't really easily quantifiable. Like you have to.
You can't count?
So are you guys talking about a pillow fighting championship league?
We could do that too.
You have
Let's make it sexy too. We have to be
the
in
uniform is
bikinis and shit.
pajamas
Mayonnaise.
or
Pajama pillow fight boxing.
pajamas. How do you pronounce it? Pajamas?
Pajama. It's
Piyama, the wife
Bahama?
from Malcolm in the Middle.
The Bahamas.
Can we end this? This is getting
Yeah, like,
nonsensical.
I tried to end it
yeah,
half an hour ago, and you guys
and
said
we're,
no.
I mean, just like 30 seconds ago, we finished the questions, so it's like a
Hey, everybody,
really.
go to patreon.com/MumkeyJones. Bye.
Oh, wait. One more thing.